Entitled as The Wonderland of Corporate Jungle, based on the topic Interview Readiness, organized by HR Milestone in association with the Faculty of Social Work, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. Today, I, Pragya Pillai,
I, Prakriti Parekh, would be your host for the day. As rightly quoted by Sir Brian Herbert, the capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, the willingness to learn is a choice. It is the willingness of all of us present here today to learn something new, which has brought all of us together.
It is an integral part in our culture to worship God at the beginning of any event, as it symbolizes faith in the Almighty, a means of invoking the blessings, which gives us the strength to move forward and reach our goals. Let us now immerse ourselves in the musical notes of devotion to be played on the flute by Bhatnagar.
due to the presence of Shri Anand Bhatnagar sir, Vice President Reliance Industries Limited, Mumbai. I would request Professor Dr. Jagdish Solanki to kindly welcome Shri Anand Bhatnagar sir with a plant sapling as a token of good luck.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Professor Dr. Jagdish Solanki, Dean and Head, Faculty of Social Work, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Bhatnagar sir, and my dear students and representative of HR Milestone, I am extremely happy to be part of this learning session. I am told that whenever Sri Bhatnagar sir is there, then the takeaways are greater. And therefore I have reasons to believe that you will carry so much with you after this session. I am very happy because our students are also here, students of our faculty, and they are very eager to learn. Learning is an attitude. Today is a Sunday and we are highly Indian citizens and particularly students are influenced by Western lifestyle. Sunday to be celebrated in a very different way. And in that Sunday celebrations today, instead of doing something else, you are trying to become, or you have put efforts to be here in the learning session. That shows that you are not an ordinary citizens of Baroda and students of MS University, but you are extraordinary students of this university. And because you are extraordinary students of this university, I have reasons to believe that you will do extraordinary things in your life also. Because all those who put little extra, will become little extra in their life as well. Because you have surmounted the difficulties of Sunday morning and you have come here for this great session. And therefore, I appreciate, acknowledge and accept your learning attitude and learning desire. With this brief note, not taking much time between you and the speaker, I request to continue to begin our learning so that we maximize our learning by remaining present in this great session. Once again, I welcome one and all for these academic and very practical sessions.
I would now request.
This is just further to what Jagdish sir has said. We have students from other universities also, other institutions also, and as he said, everybody is very eager to learn. And I would request all of you. I'm a great student of this faculty, and Dean sir is my classmate. 1981-83 batch. So the learning facilities what we have here is far better at other institutes than what we have availed to give. So therefore you are very lucky to have persons like Mr. Bhatnagar, and it's really incredible that the things that you are supposed to learn, our time we had no one to tell us what is to be done, what is not to be done, how to go about it. Just निकला बाहर निकला, नौकरी लग गया, चल गया, हो गया, पर लेकिन आज ऐसा नहीं. So please use this time, as sir is here, and it's going to be a great time for all of us. Please enjoy it. Thank you very much.
I request everyone to please switch off their cell phones. I will now request Shri Paresh Trivedi, Lead Consultant KPIT, to kindly introduce Shri Anand Bhatnagar sir, well known as AB, Aka always believed in.
Good morning, friends.
Good morning.
Good morning, AB. AB को मैं पिछले 7 साल से जानता हूँ, 2011-12 से. I was working with Reliance earlier, and he used to come down to Wonderland manufacturing division to deliver the training. And उसके बारे में तो AB को बाद में बोलते थे, but 2 विशेषण मैंने रखे. एक तो है पागल इंसान. पागल इंसान इसलिए तुमको क्या पागल कुत्ते ने काटा है, अहमदाबाद से साइकिल लेके सूरत चले जाओगे. मतलब ही द फॉन्ड ऑफ साइकिलिंग, तो साइकिलिंग इतनी ज़्यादा करते हैं वो. दूसरा विशेषण उनके लिए मैंने रखा था सफरजन. सफरजन मतलब एप्पल नहीं, सफर करता है जो ट्रैवलिंग करता है, और जन मतलब आदमी. तो ये मेरे 2 विशेषण हैं. बाद में उसी के साथ अहमदाबाद से यहाँ पे आया हूँ उनके साथ. तो ये सफरजन मैं भी आज उनके साथ हो गया. ही यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल अ लॉट, मतलब रिलायंस की सारी साइट्स पे जाते हैं और वीकेंड अहमदाबाद में होते हैं. आगे का अगर मैं ज़्यादा बोल दूंगा तो फिर देन इट विल बी मज़ा नहीं आएगा. आई एम हैंडिंग ओवर माइक टू द AB itself. प्लीज गिव हिम अ बिग हैंड.
Good morning. Good morning. How many youngsters in this hall? जिन्होंने हाथ ऊपर नहीं किया तो आप लोग कौन हो? I bring how many youngsters in this room? So young इंसान की एक खासियत क्या होती है? एनर्जी होती है, करेक्ट, राइट. So आपकी गुड मॉर्निंग में एनर्जी थी? आपने सुबह चाय पी? मैंने लोगों को देखा 2-2 कप चाय पी, मैं देख रहा था सुबह से। So परेश भाई ने तो पी है। So let's have some energy in your good morning. So 1, 2, 3. Good morning. Good morning. Wonderful. Right. So thank you for those kind words. Right. Thank you sir for those kind words. And Paresh bhai, thank you. आप में से कितने लोग पागल हो? Yeah. So जो normal इंसान लोग लाइफ में बड़ा mediocre लाइफ जीते हैं. This is what I believe. Right. So मेरे एक बॉस हुआ करते थे. He is still one of my mentors. उनके एक मिनट. अच्छा ये बंद हो गया. इनसे बंद कर दिया. So what he taught me, तो टेक्नोलॉजी आपको इस तरह धोखा देती रहती है ना. जब तक मेरी गोदी में क्यों ठीक थी, बट जैसे ही मेरे फ्लैट में से बाहर जाकर थोड़ा सा indifferent way में बिहेव कर रहा है, that's okay. So as I put on my laptop, yes, no? Yes. So what do you do with your mobile phones? Please take it out. Take out your mobile phones. इस सेशन मोबाइल फोन के साथ क्या करना चाहिए? साइलेंट करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, स्विच ऑफ करना चाहिए, नहीं करना चाहिए, यूज करना. राइट. सो प्लीज टेक आउट योर मोबाइल फोन्स एंड अपना डेटा ऑन करिए. आप लोग के पास जियो है? किसके पास जियो नहीं है? नेक्स्ट टाइम नॉट अलाउड इन माय सेशन. ये मेरे को स्टैंडर्ड रूल्स है. राइट. अगर आप मुझे कभी भी इनवाइट करिए तो 2 चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है. कितनी चीज? सबसे पहले 1 कप चाय पिलाना, अदरक वाली. एंड सेकंड रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर एन एंट्री इनटू माय सेशन इज जियो कनेक्शन. हमारी छोटी सी कंपनी है.
We thought you will carry some cards.
I have with my cards.
Right. Share it with the guys who don't have the Geo.
Please bring your Aadhaar card and we will do it immediately. हम लोग साथ में लेके चलते हैं. हमारे चेयरमैन साहब ने हमें सिंपल सा टारगेट दिया है. हमारे चेयरमैन साहब को जानते हैं हम? चेयरमैन साहब को जानते हैं? बड़ा सिंपल सा इंसान है. बड़ा सिंपल सा टारगेट देता है कि भैया 400 मिलियन कस्टमर्स 2 महीने में पहुंचा. 300 तो पहुंच गए. तो अगर आप लोग जियो नहीं दोगे तो हमारा क्या होगा? So will you want to come and attend my session next time? I don't know. In case you come, now you know the prerequisite. What is the prerequisite? Geo. Okay. Let this startup takes its own time. मेरे जैसा पागल इंसान है, टाइम पे स्टार्ट कभी नहीं होता है. Right. So thank you for coming on time. 10 o'clock का मतलब 10 o'clock होता है. Right. 10 o'clock का मतलब 10:01 नहीं होता है. Right? So whenever I do my sessions, I have always tried to start a minute in without delay. So 9:59 we started. So thank you for doing a wonderful job. And I'm going to ask you some questions. Am I allowed to ask you questions? Yes. No? Why did I ask you questions? Ice breaking to understand each other. They all understand. Do you know each other? You don't know each other? Okay, anyway, so we will, I don't know whether it is possible or not, but maybe after the session you can network and get to know each other. Right? So first let me welcome all of you to this session, people from different campuses. Thank you for coming on a Sunday morning. Most of the Barodians are doing their favorite thing, sleeping. Yeah, and Baroda is very dear to my heart because I was born in Baroda. In fact, I was born in this area, Fatehganj. You have seen Lady Miller Hospital? Yes. Right, so I was one of the most healthy child born in that hospital. Right? So I was, I don't know, 5 kgs or something like that, almost double than what normal children are. So whenever people say, "आप इतने अजीब क्यों हो?" I said, please ask my mother, manufacturing part. So, Baroda is extremely close to my heart. My mother still stays here. If you ever want to understand the importance of education, You should go and meet her. She has 6 master's degrees from 6 countries. And during those days, girls never studied. Right? So I was lucky enough, blessed enough to be born in a family where education was always given top rank. So my question to you is, what is education? Is education what you study in your classroom?
Enlightenment of the mind.
Alignment of the mind and heart. I like that word. Alignment is a wonderful word. So are you aligned? What else is education? To gain knowledge. वो knowledge का करने क्या किया? To implement. Right? So when you implement knowledge, it becomes skill. Okay, very good. What else?
Knowing the difference between the
To update yourselves. Do you update your mobile phones? Yes. But do you update your own knowledge? How many of you take books from the library and return it back in time? Yeah. How many of you attend classes? Jumme to Jumme or come regularly? Regularly, irregular? So how many of you have 100% attendance? 100% attendance? I had 100% attendance in school and college. The reason Gandhi ko rakta nahi tha. Okay, now we are good to go. Very good, right? So are you all happy to be here? Yes. Yes? Are you happy to be here? Happy to be here? Yes. Okay, good. So I was asking you a couple of questions that I will ask you questions. And the reason I ask you questions is that you stay engaged in the session. Right? I have no inclination to test your intelligence because everyone sitting here is massively intelligent. I am not miles close to you as far as intelligence is concerned. Have you seen a report card? Your school report card, college report card, जिसमें marks लिखे होते हैं? मेरा भी होता था. I have never seen 60% on a report card. I have a daughter who is almost of your age, maybe a couple of years elder to you or around your age, and she is a good student, and she gets all this 90% and 95% and all of that. So I tell my daughter, "Okay, beta, I have seen 95%. Yes, I have seen 95%, but on a weighing scale." You're not understanding, that's okay. But I have never seen it on a report card, so I'm not as intelligent as you. But I'll ask you questions so that you stay. Because I don't look that interesting that you would want to look at me for 2 hours and say, yeah. And so how do I make you engaged in this session? So quick introduction. My name is, you got my name? My name is, I have heard some of you calling it something else. Do you like the name Anand? Anand का मतलब क्या होता है? No, Anand का मतलब joy होता है. And joy is more inside out, and happiness is more outside in. So I can make you happy, you could make me happy, but joy is something that comes from inside. And I don't like people changing my name. So some of you call me sir. So if you call me sir, I'll call you auntie and uncles. And there's a fine of 100 rupees if you call me sir. Payment option, cash. If you don't have cash, then Jio. हमारा Jio वाले तो पेटीएम क्यों करेंगे? बोलो नहीं करेंगे पेटीएम. If you have a पेटीएम ऐप, अपना पूरा ट्रांसफर करो बैलेंस अकाउंट पे वापस और वो बैलेंस वापस करो आप Jio में. Right? So my name is Anand. I have a sir, but that's not my name. Right? And quick introduction. I have been working for more than 2.5 decades, which is more than your biological age. Right? And worked in various companies like Maximum Life, I worked in HCL, and currently work with Reliance Industries. So my request to people who are here to shift your chairs, otherwise by the time I finish, आपकी गर्दन ऐसे जाओ. मम्मी पूछे क्या सो करी मैं आपको So, are you comfortable, all of you? That's it. Are you comfortable? आपको दिख रहा है? मेरी आवाज आ रही है? आप फोटो अच्छे से लोगे? DPVP बुक है, ये मैंने बच्ची मुकल जो तो मुझे बुक just joking, right? And over these years, there are few things I have worked in. Just to give you a brief, I have worked in areas like, please read this. What is leadership development? What is managerial skills development? Today is not the topic, but these are things that I currently do. I have worked extensively in capability development. Let's do a small activity. Raise your right hand. Raise it further. Raise it as much as you can. As much as you can. Good. Thank you so much. Please sit down. So my question to you is, when I asked you to raise your hand, why did you not raise it as much as you possibly could have done? You had the capability here, but you were here. So this could be your performance, this could be your potential. So performance की definition क्या होगी? Repeat this with me. Performance. All of you say this with me. Performance is equal to potential minus. You understand the word minus? Yeah. So potential. What is potential? Minus internal interference. That gives you performance. So what was your internal interference? Maybe comfort zone is your internal interference. मैं कॉलेज क्यों जाऊँ, मुझे सब कुछ आता है, मैंने MBA किया हुआ है, मैंने बदलवा पर होते हुए MBA, मन बुद्धि एसोसिएशन. So one of the things that helps you build your capability is classroom. Because please understand, the person who is sharing some things with you, obviously he or she is not your age. When you read books, that book is not written by you. So you gain something. Maybe you gain 1%, but that 1% also is extremely important. So I am extensively involved in building capacity at various levels. I worked in business development, sales, and some other things. And over time, I have built my competencies. You understand competencies? इसलिए बता रहा हूँ. I don't share this otherwise. The reason I'm sharing this with you is you want to build your professional career. Yes or no? Yes. That's why you're sitting in this room. And these are some skills that I have built over time. And my recommendation, suggestion, request is think seriously about these skills, because minor skills, no one will employ you. Academics don't get you a job. Please remember that. Skills is what helps you pay bills. Say this with me. Skills. All of the skills pay bills. You have to pay bills. It's not by your GPA, grade point average. Skills such as active listening. And if we have time, maybe I can come again and do sessions for you on how do you improve your listening skills. God gave us ability to hear, but listening is a skill. Things like business writing. Do you know how to write emails? Most of you, when I say you, I'm not limiting to the few of you sitting in this room, but this generation, when you write an official email, you use WhatsApp language. You can't. And unfortunately, neither school nor college has taught you how to write reports. Unfortunately, most of us don't know how to concise a report. Like if your chairman says, this is 400 pages document, I want it in 4 pages. So how do you have business writing skills? Your communication skills, spoken English could be good, which is acceptable, which is good, but I need to move ahead, and soon I will be getting into the business world, and business communication is different from language communication. Yeah? Then skills like coordination skills. Some skills are not decision making. Today afternoon I am doing a session at ULI on decision making into the 3-part series. Today will be part number 2. If you have time, please come. Last time we understood how your values drive your decisions. And today we are going to understand some models. How do you use models to make decisions? And these are some skills which I am relatively good at. You can go and check it on LinkedIn. Most of the people who endorsed me would have endorsed for these or more of the skills, right? And what are your personal values? I define my values, right? So when you are wanting to work in a company or for a company, it is important that my personal values are aligned with the company values. Do you think that's important? For me, that's massively important. Hence, you will never find me, you will not find me in the past, nor will you ever find me working for a company that is like an ITC. I will never, no matter how much money they pay, I will not work for ITC or companies similar to ITC. Why? They are in the business of alcohol and tobacco. It does not go with my values. So it helps me say no in life. And at this age, do you think it's important to say no? Very important. How easy or difficult it is to say no, I don't know, but I'm a very transparent person. I try to walk the talk and walk the talk. It's important that you are transparent, otherwise you can't build trust. And minus trust, can you get a job done? Yes, no. I said please use your mobile phone because I'm trusting you. And even in my corporate life, if I have a session, the first thing I tell people is please use your phone. मैं कौन होता आपको बोलने के लिए फोन मत यूज करिए. But I'm trusting you. And my experience is that whenever you trust someone unconditionally, that person will not break your trust. I don't know. Some of you may have some challenges at home. हो सकता है आपकी मम्मी बीमार हो सकता है आपके पापा बीमार हो सकता है आपका कोई close relative hospital में. I don't know. So personally, I would want to give that benefit or doubt to you, and hope that you are adults and you will have that discipline to do what is required. Transparency is very, very important. What's integrity? Please remember, whatever you do that you cannot share with your mother, you're compromising on integrity. So it's extremely important for me that I live a life of values. It's important that I live a simple life. You will not find me boasting about what I have. The possessions, materialistic things have never inspired me. So I believe that there is as much beauty in simplicity as there is beauty in other ways. So you need to be a simple person. दिमाग पे लोड थोड़ा सा कम होता है. And I am a person who is driven by compassion, and I work with an ownership mindset. And whatever I am today and whatever I will ever become in my life is because of 3 reasons. Why I do whatever you are, I don't know, but whatever I am and whatever I will ever achieve in my life is because of 3 things. Number 1, the unceasing prayers of my parents. As children, do you acknowledge that your mother is fasting and praying for your success? How do we talk to your mother? How do we talk to our parents? Your mother is talking to you and you are on your mobile phone. That's not respect. Please remember, I can do nothing without the prayers of my parents. And they pray for me without stopping. Your parents are also praying for you. Please acknowledge. No matter where I am doing the session for the first time, this is what I always share, and I will be at fault if I don't acknowledge the support of my family. Yes or no? As I said, I am not intelligent. I studied in a Hindi medium school. I never scored 60% in my marks in my career. Never. And what I do at my current job and whatever I do in my current capacity is, I don't deserve 1% of it. But I believe prayers can move mountains. Yes or no? Yes. So I am what I am because of the prayers of my parents. I am what I am because of the support that my wife gives me. Her name is Shruti. Without her support, I would not be able to do anything. She is the rock of our family, and the ineffable का मतलब होता है शब्द से जो आप बयान नहीं कर सकते. The smile of our daughter, her name is Natasha. So that's what we are. That's my family. And professionally, I always say I put God first in my life. I put family second. Work comes third for me. Reliance, I work for my family. Reliance is just something which is incidental. So I don't work to impress my bosses. I work as if I am serving God. Hence I will always do more than the call of duty. And me and Paresh were discussing as we were driving from Ahmedabad that when you do things way beyond your call of duty, will God bless you? Absolutely. Because the scripture says, he that honors me, I will honor him. And what a wonderful song that he had on the flute. Right? It's great to listen to it, but it's important to live those things also. Right? So family is very, very important for me. And compassion is what moves me and passion is what drives me. किसी का दर्द से आपको रोना आता है कि आजकल हम लोग पत्थर पे लोग हैं, मुझे नहीं पता है. And my life motto is, that's what Paresh bhai was trying to say, it is better to be crazy than to be lazy. Are you crazy? I do some crazy stuff. I'm also an avid cyclist. Not just Ahmedabad, Surat, I have done 324 kilometers non-stop. You heard it right. How many? 324 kilometers on a bicycle, right? That was 17 hours, 20 minutes. Right. So I went from Ahmedabad to Bhatnagar and back. Like he said, I have done Ahmedabad, Surat, Ahmedabad as well, but that was spread over 2 days. And I have done Ahmedabad, Baroda, Ahmedabad a few times. If health permits and I don't get myself injured, this year, December, I want to attempt to Mumbai, Delhi. That's 1450 kilometers. Anyone wanting to join me? So what is the definition of young?
Yes, sir.
Good, super, very nice. आप तो आर्मी के बच्चे हो तो आप तो कर ही देंगे. So what's the definition of young? How does age has anything to do with the fact that you are young? You need energy. You need enthusiasm. You need passion. That's what I mean. Yeah? But how do we walk? Kencha. Look at the way we even handshake. Most of you have not even polished your shoes today. So it just shows your mental state. Very, very important. And what does AB stand for? Always believing. Right? AB is not Anand, Bhatnagar, but that is how it leads to me. And I believe that my God is always with me and He will never leave me. That's my trust. That's my faith. That's what I believe. I don't know what you believe. I believe that His love never fails and His mercy is sufficient for me. His grace is sufficient for me. मुझे लोगों के acceptance नहीं चाहिए. Because life में बहुत rejections देखे. 17 साल sales करी है. And sales teaches you one thing, rejections. But I have understood in my life that God is there for you. He loves me and His love is unconditional. I believe that He gives me the strength. Otherwise, who am I to talk to some bright young students of not just this university? You are the future of the country. Who am I to talk to such talent? I don't deserve to be a chaprasi of this university. I didn't use the other word because it's a very controversial. Did not understand, that's okay. And I believe that He raises me up, and when I am on His shoulder, I can stand tall, and this is my vision in life. The reason I am here is because it's a vision. And the reason I am sharing these things with you is it's good to have a vision at an early age. And like Sir very rightly said, when we were growing up, we never had trainings.
Don't call me sir, I am KK.
KK. KKR.
KK.
I'm just talking about KK. Yes? That is my mission. That whatever I do, I should be able to honor God and earn respect for my family. A very, very senior person, extremely senior person of my company has come to my home, has met my mother and has told my mother that Anand is a blessing to the dance. Now how does it matter what my designation is? I am a chaprasi of Reliance, how does it matter? But whatever work I do, that work is earning respect for my family. And I think so, personally I value that more than any designation, more than any money. Yes or no? Yeah, so when you start working, forget about designation, roles and all of these things. Don't compromise on values. What is the compromise? You do first thing, घर से निकलते कॉलेज आने के लिए, कॉलेज आते ही कहीं और करते. You compromise on values because you did not fulfill the trust that someone has on you. In दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी दौलत किसी का ट्रस्ट. उसको कभी ब्रेक मत करना और अपनी माँ का ट्रस्ट कभी ब्रेक मत करना. This is what I am. And today we are going to talk about a very interesting topic called interview skills. And as I start, my question to you, what are your expectations from this session? Please open your phones and log on to menti.com, M-E-N-T-I. Go to menti.com, you will see a question on your screen. Type in the code 946840. menti.com, and it could be anywhere. So type in the code 946840. आप लोग इधर आ रहे हो ना, ये एंगल आपके पास एक्यूट एंगल. You can sit there, be comfortable. Did you type in? Yes or no? जिनका जियो है उनको मिल गया होगा, जिनका जियो नहीं वो धीरे धीरे होता है, होते होते क्या रहता है. फिर हमारे जियो में किसी टैग लाइन है, नो बफरिंग नो सफरिंग. 946840. Did you get it? Now the question is on your mobile screen, what are your expectations from this session? Please type it, and whatever you type you will be able to see it on the screen. So that you have an option to write 3 words. What do you want to learn from these 2 words? So effective learning is what one of you have written. Communication, knowledge, presentation. You want to understand some Josh. How is the Josh? I like that. But some of you did not even say that. Now you see what's forming on your screen? It's called. What's on your screen? It's called a word cloud. And the font of that word is big or small depending upon how many of you have typed in that word. If more of you are typing let's say knowledge, so knowledge uska font bada hoga. So what I can understand, most of you want to understand some knowledge, but what knowledge? Maybe knowledge about communication. I don't know. Knowledge about how do I face an interview. Yeah? So you are interested in knowledge, some skills, you need some encouragement, you understand time management. Today we will not have time for time management, but 29 of you have responded, and I believe there are more than 29 in this room, 31. Okay, so let's go to your next question. The next question, so this is broadly what you are saying, knowledge, skills and all of that. So the next question on your screen is, what according to you are some key skills? I've used the word wildly important. Anyone who can tell me the importance or the meaning of this adjective called wildly important?
Prime importance.
Pardon?
Prime importance.
Prime importance, wildly important. Maybe some of you are hearing this word for the first time. Wildly important. आपने critically important सुना होगा. Very important सुना होगा. Wildly important means something which has severe financial consequences. Something which has a caption that failure is not an option. What is widely important? A task where I cannot fail. So what skills will get you a job? What according to you are some skills that will land you a job? Or you can crack an interview? Please write down on your mobile phone. You have written down but it is not coming. So you may have So some technological error. But what are the words that you have written? Sorry. Yeah, so you have written confidence, some of you have written communication, some of you have written presentation, some of you have written body language, that is a part of communication. The 38 of you have responded that broadly speaking, communication is the key word that is coming out of the answers that you are putting in, saying that if I'm good on communication, I will be able to crack an interview. Yes or no? I'm not saying that's the only thing, but that's something that is featuring in most of your answers. Some of you like personality. It's not the way you look. Personality is far beyond your physical looks. Yeah? Is this interesting? Use of technology? But I only have 2 hours, so I can't use much. Let's see if I can cover a few of those points. So we have covered this. Now it is time to decide. What is the time to decide? How many of you are, do you know the word or the meaning decision? Decision ka matlab? I'm not sure whether I have the decision. What path to take? Do I go left or do I go right? Do I do a job or do I start a business? Do I go for a 5-day week or a 6-day week? Do I go in manufacturing or do I go in service? Yeah, so we'll talk about it. And before I talk about those things, I want to share 5 things. How many things? 5. I want to share? 5. How many things? 5. Right. Number 1, and this is from a book written by one of my favorite authors. His name is John Maxwell. If chance permits, you should buy books written by John Maxwell. He's just an awesome author. I love what he writes. You may want to give it a try. He says 5 things effective people do. Again, we have limited time, but do you know the difference between being effective and being efficient? What's the difference?
Efficiency is like how much you can work. Effectively is like how you present.
Okay.
Effectiveness within time limit. Efficiency is with less resources.
Okay.
Effectiveness is the quality of output.
Okay.
So effectiveness shows how to pursue it. Effectively.
Okay. Okay. So let us keep it simple. Say this with me. Effectiveness is, all of you say this. Effectiveness is doing the right things. Efficiency is doing things right. Right? So the difference between doing right things and doing things right. Maybe if time permits, I can give you so many examples from business world and personal life, the difference between effective. So my suggestion is focus on effectiveness. Efficiency inbuilt होगी. But अगर आप efficient हैं, does not necessarily mean आप effective हैं. 5 things. What do? They make the right decisions early. Say the word early. They make the right decisions early. So effective is making the right decision. So you make the right decision to come to this place on a Sunday morning. You could, like others, have opted for something else. I'm not saying that you did the right thing and they did the wrong thing, but effective people make decisions early, and the decisions that they make are the right decisions. Number 2. Fantastic. I was hoping that some of you will ask me, and then I had to manage that decision daily. The word is daily, and it is different from days. Say these 2 words, days and daily. How many of you want to improve your language? English, aapko improve karni hai? So you made a decision today that I want to improve my language skills, for example. Now I have to manage that decision daily by reading on a daily basis, by adding to vocabulary on a daily basis, by standing in front of a mirror and making presentations on a daily basis. बट आप आज या कल 2 दिन के लिए थोड़े मोटिवेटेड रहेंगे, करेंगे मरेंगे वंदे मातरम लग जाओ, 2 दिन के बाद. So did you take baths today, all of you? Difficult question to ask. And I am also good in reading eyes. So I'm not looking at that person who kind of use deodorants. So आप लोग रोज क्यों नहाते हो? Is it a choice or is it compulsion? It's a compulsion. आपने ब्रश किया? Yes. Now this year had more confidence and conviction rather than the other one. Yeah. So आपने ब्रश क्यों किया? Choice, compulsion. It's a choice. Is there anything compulsion in this world? Anything which is compulsory in this world? Is breathing compulsory? No. You could opt not to breathe. Right? So I believe like bathing is a choice, staying motivated is also a choice, and I need to manage that decision daily. But हम कुछ दिन के लिए करते हैं, but we don't do it on a daily basis. Yes or no? Yeah. And those decisions may go against popular belief. Some of your friends will say, "Ah, so सवार में हम लोग ज्ञान सांभर बजे चे घरे बैठने शांति वाली आप लोग जाइए फरवा." That's your popular choice. तो लोग आटो में सु सांभर एक कल वर्ड बोल हम में ऐसा मत एक कल बात करें. But then you made a decision to do something which is uncommon. Say the word uncommon. Sunday morning, this age group sitting in a class trying to learn from a stranger, that's an uncommon behavior. Yeah? Number 3. Say this. The secret of my success is determined by my daily choices. So I can come here, share with you a few things that will prepare you for an interview, but are you doing it on a regular basis, on a daily basis? Remember, I take bath daily, I brush my teeth daily, I eat food daily. So what should I do for my career? I should read books daily. I should not be on dash daily. What are the 2 dashes? WhatsApp and Facebook. But I am more on WhatsApp and Facebook than I am in the book. You have to face that book. Don't be on Facebook. You didn't understand, that's okay. मेरी कुछ बातें 2 फ्लैट ऊपर थी, 2 फ्लैट नीचे थी, तो थोड़ी देर के बाद जाएगी. That's okay, right? And read this sentence loudly. You never change. Say, I never change. Until I change something and I manage that decision daily. So what is that one thing you want to change? Maybe get up at 5 a.m. You get up at 5 in the morning? Yes. Yeah? You get up at 5? Very nice. What about on Chutti Kadin? No options. You have no option there. Okay, very good. Is it compulsion or choice? And the last sentence is one of my favorite. This is a sentence that has made me what I am. What it says? Decision. Say this with me. Helps us start. But do we finish everything that we start? Like you started a weight regime. You wanted to be fit. Yeah? You started going to something called starting a G. Yeah? Called a gymnasium. And you will see all people who own a gymnasium will start advertising about it during November, December. Yeah, the New Year resolution, I will be fit. પહેલા દિવસ રહીને આખા વર્ષનો સબસ્ક્રિપ્શન ભરી દેવાનો અને પછી research says 90% people pay the membership fees in a gym but don't go there 1 week. और उसको पूरे साल का पैसा मिल गया. You will not see gymnasiums advertising in this season. That's a very good business. Not a good business. Very good business. आपने पढ़ी ने चालू कर दिया. Yeah. And the decision, quick. We have little time. Decision का मतलब, what is the root word of decision? आप में से कितने बच्चे लोग have a book called Word Power Made Easy at Home? Last time तक खोला आपने वो मैंने right? The root word decision का अगर वो book है and अगर गलती से mistake हुई है, you know what is गलती से mistake? वो book को खोला हुआ आपने, तो आपको पता होगा कि decision का root word होता है CIS and decision का root word CIS का मतलब होता है to cut off. That means if I am taking this decision, I am cutting myself off from any other thing that will give me any other result than what I am opting for. That's a decision. We make wishes. And wishes don't get fulfilled. Don't wish for it. Work for it. You would have heard that statement. I am not getting into that detail. Some of you said communication is important. So I thought let me talk about communication. How to create a first impression. Say this with me. I will not get a second chance to make the first impression. Especially in an interview. Yes or no? The way you walk from that door onto that chair is being observed. How you shake hands? नजर नीचे जाती है कि आंखों में जाती है? But हम लोग हाथ कैसे मिलाते हैं? You make a U. आप बोलोगे आनंद भाई, मैंने अगर आंख को आंख में देखी और हाथ इधर उधर चला गया तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम. आप नहीं समझोगे, that's okay. So how do we? How many of you know how to shake hands? You know how to shake hands? Have you attended courses on shaking hands? So then you don't know how to shake hands. So you shake hands. Yeah, you shake using what? Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Ding ding. Sunday or Monday, रोज खाओ अंडे, ये खाता क्या है? Remember that ad of Sachin? Yeah? So we'll see how do we shake hands, right? How do you introduce yourself? The second thing, in not just in an interview, but in a professional setting is, hey, good morning, my name is so and so. How do you say that? Did anyone teach you how to say your name? Now you can not spell your name wrong. You know what is the spelling of Shreya, but you may be pronouncing it wrong. Has anyone taught you how to speak your name correctly? So let's we may not have time to watch this whole video. This is a TED Talk. So do you listen to TED Talks? Yes. So please go and listen to this TED Talk. How do you sound like a leader?
In a way, sound break to indicate a word boundary. And then our last responsibility, because the other half of the time you're the one, to really understand what does make it more difficult for you to understand what they're saying. Okay, well, technically maybe not wrong, but they pronounce them in
Then, again, I'm not showing you the whole one, so let me just show you because
maybe not wrong, but they pronounce it difficult when a lot of people feel like they're not even good at it. It's important, of course, to make a good, strong, memorable first impression. From the moment we meet somebody, actions in attempting. This also reflects what the vowels, the syllables that are up at the top, and then in the parts that were less salient, that were less emphasized in those pitched valleys, I let myself pick up the rest. This also reflects why effective speakers, when they're speaking, will emphasize the most important words.
Are you able to hear? Is it audible?
Tonality, if we use it strategically, can have a good on our very first impressions in attempting to establish ourselves as leaders.
So one word she is talking about is tonality. Say the word tonality. Say the word tonality. What is tonality? Okay. आपको पॉलिटिक्स में जाना है क्योंकि आंसर क्या मुझे समझ में नहीं है जस्ट जोकिंग यू नॉट मेरी आधी बातें आप लोगों को समझ में नहीं आएगी वो कल सुबह तक समझ में आएगी आपने शोले देखी आपकी जनरेशन की मूवी नहीं है बट स्टिल वन ऑफ द मोस्ट पॉपुलर मूवीज हैव यू सीन शोले गब्बर सिंह याद है गब्बर सिंह का डायलॉग डिड यू से कितने आदमी दो तुम तीन फिर भी खा लिया के साथ क्या सोच के देखा कैसे बोला था कितने आदमी थे so tonality and modulation say these two words most of the time when you are a bit conscious that you would be in an interview we tend to go flat the tonality good morning my name is Anand how are you you feeling good there are people who do like this I have never understood this is yes this is no I don't know what that is so tonality is important and we will give you some data around that as well
we meet somebody it's really important of course to
you saw that previous screen? Hello, say this with me. Hello. 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 And say, my name is? So you just have to do this. Hello, my name is Anand or whatever your name is, just speak it. Where was the tonality there? Where was the modulation there? Where to pause? Where to stress? Where to release? Many of us make this mistake and we will see those slides as we go on saying that this is Anand. You never introduce yourself this is. You always introduce yourself like my name is so and so or I am whatever your name is. Yeah?
A good, strong, memorable first impression. But this is difficult when a lot of people feel like they're not even good at remembering people's names. Ever feel like that? Well, I'm going to absolve you of about half of that blame. And that's because when most people introduce themselves to you, they pronounce their own names wrong.
Most people pronounce their names wrong. So this could be the first learning for the day for you.
Okay, well, technically maybe not wrong, but they pronounce them in a way that uses a rhythm and an intonation pattern that does make it more difficult for you to understand what they're saying. And by the way, I absolve you of only half of that responsibility because the other half of the time, you're the one introducing yourself to somebody else. So if I want to know that I'm introducing myself and helping the listener to really understand my name, by understanding, then they can hopefully remember it, and thereby remember me. I want to start by letting my voice go up. Go up.
So when you say your name, I'm just taking Shreya's example. So you start with Shreya, then you go up. You understand modulations? Signs याद है आपको? Sign curve याद है आपको? Yeah, waves याद है? Yeah, so you start by going up. So say your name in a way that starts low, then your tonality makes it higher. I'll give you an example for you to make it simple. You are at home, ठीक है? मम्मी ने आपके पापा से पूछा चाय पियोगे? पापा ने आंसर नहीं दिया। मम्मी ने दोबारा पूछा, दोबारा जरूरत करी पापा ने आंसर नहीं देने की। थर्ड टाइम क्या होता है? tonality change होता है पापा पूछ रहे, हाँ भाई हाँ पीनी चाहिए। You will not understand. Boys, be ready.
Your first name as if to say, I'm not finished yet. And then at the top, we'll have a little break, that little pause that will allow for a sound break to indicate a word boundary. And then on our last name, we want to go down, let the pitch fall, as if to say, now I'm done. like you're putting a little local period at the end. So instead of blurring your way through your introduction, like, hi, my name is Laura Sokola, and blah, 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 I want to focus. And
your first name, take a pause so as to indicate that it's a word boundary, and then your last name, and then you come down saying that, yes, I am done. So first practice that you do, starting today, every day for the rest of your life, is stand in front of a mirror and speak your name. Don't blur your name out. Good morning, I am Anand Bhatnagar. It's blurring your way through that name. The other person may not have understood what you are saying.
or to understand.
So this is an awesome video. I suggest that you watch it on YouTube. Yeah? So how do you say your name? First thing, when you are facing an interview, for you to be ready for an interview, should you know how to say your name correctly? Yes or no?
Yes.
Maru naam Anand chhe. Whatever language you speak, but you need to have this tonality, and in communication, tone or tonality matters 38%. Your body language 55%. Bacha kitna? You need a phone for that, right? Balance 7% are the words. So जब आप इंटरव्यू के लिए तैयारी करते हो, आप किस चीज की तैयारी करते हो? क्या बोलूँगी, क्या बोलूँगा? Good, please prepare. But इसके साथ साथ ये भी prepare करिए कि जो मुझे बोलना है, जो मुझे कहना है, वो कहते कैसे? Yeah? And there are some barriers, and I'm focusing upon because you are the communicator. Yes or no? You are sharing, so you are the communicator. Some barriers, and I can see that already in some of you, unwilling to say things differently. હું આવડ બોલીશ, હું તો આવી જ બોલું, શું કરવાનું? Unwillingness to say differently would be a barrier. Second is unwilling to relate to others differently. For example, I like strawberries. You like strawberries? You understand strawberries? I love strawberries. Now I go fishing. Yeah? And you have a fishing rod? Have you seen a fishing rod? At the end of that fishing rod, I put a strawberry. Will I catch fishes? Who likes strawberry? Me, not the fish. So do I relate to people differently? Or do I say, I love strawberries, so the fish has to eat strawberries? You will sit there whole day and someone will come and put ting, 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 put their rod there, catch fishes and go. Have you seen that ad? Very cool. Yeah. Some barriers, I am not getting into the details of these, but these are barriers to communication. What is the root word of communication? Common. Fantastic. Very good. The root word of communication is commonness or commonness. I have to create a common platform. You can't have communication which is top down or bottom down. It has to be at the same page. Commonness. It's important. Some other barriers to communication, sorry, not getting into the details, but there are some external barriers that we should be careful of. What are some of the external barriers? The environment. So what could be the environment? Maybe you are sitting in an open place. Maybe someone has called you for an interview at a cafe coffee day. So in an informal environment, say informal environment. If you are in this room, is it by choice or compulsion? So let's learn. Yeah, because what I am saying is not glamorous. Hence most of you will not be able to stick to what I am saying for long, but please understand. We do interviews on a massive scale. 90% of the participants don't even know how to dress for an interview. Yeah, so I am talking about something important for you. Hopefully you'll have the energy to listen. Yeah? The environment. So in an informal environment, how do we talk in a formal way? Right? So that's something that you have to focus. The venue, as I said, it could be the effect of noise. Let's say Bhatnagar के cafe coffee day में आप बैठे हैं, तो a lot of horn. And you know that noise is disturbing. So do you wait for that train to pass before you say your next sentence, or the train is passing, making a massive noise, you still talk? Yeah, I don't know what you do. Some temperature in the room, it could be too cold or too hot. It's too cold, you kind of freeze to your bones and so do you say, I think so, I'm a bit uncomfortable in this environment. Can you please lower down the AC? Now that's also confusing. Lower down the AC means temperature कम करो या गर्मी लग रही है, ठंड लग रही है, क्या लग रही है? Be clear in your communication. Yes or no? Have you seen people? You are sitting as pillion on a bike, पीछे बैठे and जो गाड़ी चला आ बाजू जा, पर कई बाजू जा, आ बाजू जा, पर कई बाजू जा. Yeah, आ बाजू जा, पर कई बाजू. Because he or she is not able to see you. And so in face-to-face communication, what is the most important element? Eye contact. Good answer. In face-to-face communication, what is the most important element? That's your body language. I just said that. Body language is what percentage? 55%. What is the next in terms of degree of importance? The next I said is your tonality. Proximity is also important. Don't go very close to that person. Good morning, sir. How are you, sir? Yeah. So proximity, I am not talking about proximity, but your hand straight, सामने वाले का straight hand. So you have about 4 feet as physical distance, which is a good distance. Don't go too close. Yeah. And if you go too close, ensure that your hand mouthwash. Do not go for an interview or talk to someone closely after consuming any milk product, because your mouth will give some very interesting. Yeah. So we spoke about this. Words, 7%. Tonality, what percentage? And body language. So how do you sit? If I can take this chair, you will not be able to see my legs. But when you sit, please sit halfway through the chair when you start. What up? Super Vijay. Naam Vijay Dinara Jawad. Gaon Mandwa. Makana Duwas. And so sit halfway through the chair, back straight, shoulders straight, shoulders facing your interviewer. आपने कभी वीजा के लिए फोटो खिंचवाया? So no matter what country के लिए आप वीजा के फोटो खिंचवाते हैं, what is the basic criteria? दोनों कान दिखने चाहिए, so that you are looking at the camera at the right angle. Don't look at it. Yeah. So how do you sit? And when you sit, your body weight should be leaning forward. What are leaning forward? Leaning forward. For that, you should be sitting on your toes. Panja par raho. Don't be on your heels. Because when I am on my heels, it takes my body weight back. So this is more defensive. This is like confidence. Right? So you need to learn how to sit. You need to also understand from which side of the chair do I sit. You have your mobile phone with you. What do you do with your mobile? You have a file with you. Or files with you. क्या करेंगे आप? कहाँ रखेंगे? लेफ्ट पे, राइट पे, कुर्सी खींचोगे राइट से, लेफ्ट से. We have limited time. Maybe some other day I can come and talk to you. And then listen. What is the spelling of listen? So L means look at the speaker. Look at the speaker. Don't stare. Look at that person, and that please have a good soft look. L is what? You can also sleep in a session, and there are 3 ways to sleep. Sleep number 1 or rule number 1, sleep with your eyes open. Some of you are experts in that. Rule number 2, आपके अगल बगल में जो बैठा है उसका नाम आपको पता होना चाहिए. And rule number 3, I'm just warning some of you, is please do not snore. Why should you not snore? Disturb someone else. Bad man to disturb someone else. So those who are awake, say this with me. L in listening means look at the speaker. I in listening means be interested. That's just adding B, but I is interested. Don't be interested in that person, but be interested in what she is talking about. Because तुम बोलोगे आनंद तुमने बोला था be interested. Now I'm interested in a difficult proposition, right? And S in listen means be silent. What is silent? And interesting, if you look at silent and the way it is spelled, and if you look at listen, the way it is spelled, it is made of the same alphabets. Pardon? They are intelligent. So when you are listening, you have to be both verbally and mentally. So please remember, US का visa आपको सिर्फ आंखों के expression पे मिलता है. And there are people who are experts in that. T is take all the time it takes to listen to that person. You have to engage with that person. You need to have ears and eyes. You listen with your ears or listen with your eyes. You listen with your eyes, but you hear with your ears. Yeah, so your eyes, and there should be no distractions. But how do we listen? Look at this.
Even the kale papdi chaat is amazing.
They have naturally upma also.
Even the sweet potato, onion, cream, coconut flavor soup is superb.
And how?
In fact, order anything blind.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so cold now.
It's nice. So are you ready with the order? Yes, I have the decoy salad and the kale papdi chaat. Maybe.
I have this.
Yeah, the snow roast chicken salad. Very nice. Good choice.
Hope you enjoyed your meal, ma'am.
Yeah, it was very nice. Thanks. तो अभी खाना अच्छा नहीं था?
खाना तो अच्छा है लेकिन तुम्हारा एटीट्यूड अच्छा नहीं है. I told you ना, मैनेजमेंट से जाके पूछो अगर AC ऑफ कर सकते हैं तो कर दें. नहीं तो एटलीस्ट टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज कर दें. या फिर एटलीस्ट गाड़ी में से मेरी शॉल ला दो. पता नहीं.
ये सब कब कहा तुम?
कहा तो था. I told you it's so cold. It's so cold ना.
It's nice. Doing all this. अभी हम चल.
अब क्या फायदा भी? अब तो जा रहे हैं ना. इसलिए विजिट करो.
Sorry. It's a really cold, yeah.
Let's go. जल्दी में रेडी हो.
हो गया?
हाँ.
तो चलो टैक्सी में चलिए. क्या बेबी लोग अपसेट?
तुमसे तो कुछ एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं करना चाहिए. तुम तो मांग के भी कॉम्प्लीमेंट नहीं दे सकते.
कब मांगा था?
पूछा तो था. Is my dress looking okay? Is this matching? Is my hair okay? Am I looking nice? अरे जब मैं बाहर आई थी ऐसे ना जल्दी में रेडी हुई हूँ. जल्दी में रेडी हुई ना. हाँ.
But you always look nice. Thank you.
ओ यहाँ देखो ना.
listen, and boys be ready for this. 25 years of experience. So in face-to-face communication, you had words as 7%. You had tonality as 38%, and your body language as. But maybe you are being interviewed over the phone. Now, over the phone, you don't have your body language. So, what do you think will be in this circle? What do you think forms the larger base? So, what do you think would be this? Words. So, words only are 18%, and this is as per research, and you can check it out. So, your tonality is very, very important. So, I'm sure most of you would have experienced कि आप अपने कोई friend को call करते हो, and the way he or she says hello, you say, oh, what's wrong with you? Why are you not in good mood? Why are you sounding low? होता है ना? तो आपको कैसे पता? Tone. So, Zig Ziglar is one of my favorite authors. You should read books written by him. In one of the books, he says, when you're talking over the phone, you should be properly dressed. Don't be in your pajamas when you are giving an interview over the phone. You should be dressed as if you are sitting face to face. Properly dressed. Shoes, boots, tight करके खड़े होके बात करना, because your customer or your recruiting officer or the other person can see you over the phone. I'm not talking about a video call, but the tonality is a massive 82%. Yeah? Is this helping you? And you have to practice this. Let's look at how do we do it on the phone.
हेलो, मैं चंदू सोलंकी बोलता हूँ। देवी प्रसाद जी घर में है? कौन देवी प्रसाद? ये देवी प्रसाद का घर नहीं है। क्या? देवी प्रसाद घर में नहीं है? ये बात देवी का प्रसाद मंदिर में मिलता है, गराज में नहीं। क्या? ये स्टार गराज है। मैं गराज का ओनर बाबूराव आपसे बोल रहा हूँ, देवी प्रसाद का घर नहीं है। हेलो, हेलो, देवी प्रसाद घर पर है? अभी 10 मिनट पहले ही चल बसे। आपको कुछ बोलना था? चल बसे। मुझे खाना देख के समझ आएगा। हेलो बाबूराव है? नहीं।
Over the phone. So what is the learning from this? You should sound clear. There is something called enunciations. Especially when you have a long word or a long sentence, you are speaking, speak slowly. And this requires practice. This was humorous, but if it happens with you in the real time, it will not be humorous for you. Yeah? Okay, so we may not have time for all of this. So how do I ensure that I sound clear? What is clear? Clarity. Give you an example so you can have a frame of reference. You have an Amitabh Bachchan delivering a dialogue, and I don't like to say his name, but still, Salman Khan delivering a dialogue. He doesn't deliver a dialogue, he only says a word. Do you think there's a difference between Amitabh Bachchan showing emotions and Salman Khan? Yes. What was missing? The intonations were missing. The enunciations were missing. The tonality was missing. The modulation was missing. But when you listen to Bachchan, you say, wow. He kind of gets you involved when he is saying. So for you to do this, should you do some exercise? You go to a gym to tone up your body? Have you done a mouth exercise? Do you know what's the mouth exercise? How do you do a mouth exercise? There is a word which I suggest you do is, it's called Cicely Berry. Say this word, Cicely Berry. Cicely Berry is the name of a lady. She is a very elderly lady, and she has designed this exercise. You'll find it on YouTube. Go and practice this for about 10 or 15 minutes every day. Let's try to do this. I want one volunteer from you. Any volunteer? Any volunteer? Not Prakriti, okay. Are you able to see this? Wrong angle for you, so let me have someone from this row. Anyone, just for a second. Then they have to inky, pinky, ponky, permanent, ponky. Okay, so आप बोलो ये क्या लिखा है? So you have to have two sound and one sound. R. तू बोलो मुँह खोल रहा है एक चीज अगर कंज्यूम करो तो खुलता नहीं आपका माउथ आई. So these words in itself don't mean anything, but when you are wanting to say this word, you will have different parts of your mouth that gets exercised. For example, look at the first word. Two O sound. Oh. Now you added two O sound. Oh. So it's not that. Say oh. You see your lips going out, making a circle. Say this. Last word. Important to brush your teeth, otherwise. Yeah. So two E sound, one sound, one H sound. Also called phonetics. Yes, it's very important that you do this. It's a recommended thing. It will give you clarity. If you don't do this, what happens most of the time is the grumble and mumble. For example, you know the dialogue "Kacha papad, pakka papad." What happened? Boli jara. Bolo sir. Mr. Bhushan. Bolo Mr. Bhushan. Has no notion. Has no notion of the motion of the ocean. Jara boliye fatafat. Mr. Bhushan is the notion of the motion of the ocean. What is jara fatafat? She sells seashells, seashore, sells she sells, not seashells. What is jara fatafat? Betty got butter, Betty. आता है होता बेटी बट बटा बटा बेटा बेटी बट बेटा बटा बेटा बेटा बटा बेटा बोलो बटा बट जरा. तो तकलीफ क्या हो रही है इसको इन्वेस्टिगेशन धीरे धीरे बोलते हैं. बेटी बोलो बेटी गॉट बटर बटर बिटर बेटी गॉट बेटर बटर बिटर बटर बेटर फटाफट बोलिए जरा. Easy बोलते हैं चलो easy बोलिए. Examination बोलो. Is a great moderation to Indian nation. फटाफट बोलिए जरा. तो ये किंडर गार्डन का अभी थोड़ा आगे भी अपने को और जूनियर के लिए जाना है तो चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को ये कैसे याद रखना है? So try to understand. Sisli very करेंगे. Again, I've got some very interesting videos, but मुझे 2 घंटे दिए श्रेया ने. 2 घंटे में तो मैं warm up नहीं होता. मेरा थोड़ा manufacturing default है. So जब आप, how many of you are Gujaratis? Okay, so आपने जયારે गुजराती बोले तो सामने वाला ने खबर पड़े कि गुज्जू भाई के गुज्जू बहन बोले छे. Yeah? If you are from down south, would other people know that someone from down south is speaking? Yes or no? A Bengali is speaking? Yes. So आपका regional level और regional language का influence आना अच्छी बात बुरी बात? बुरी बात. So how do you speak that language in a natural accent? That's the thing. And YouTube पर अच्छी चीजें भी मिलती है. बट हम क्या देखते हैं? फेविकॉल, There are better things to be watching on YouTube. Yeah? Okay, next. Did you understand this? Okay, quick. I just love your hair is awesome. Right? So you have to speak the first sentence. Your say bolo. Read the sentence.
I don't think we should get the
He just spoke that as a sentence. Yes or no? Now emphasize on the word I. I don't think he should get the job or she should get the job. So when you are focusing on one word, the meaning of that word changes or the sentence changes. Yes or no? Yes. So when you emphasize on I, what is the meaning? Are you with me? Yes. Please remember, I am not going to change the sentence. But how you focus on a word changes the meaning of that particular sentence. Let's look at the second one. One of the girls here. Come on, quick. Now you didn't focus on don't. You just rambled it. You just blurred your way as if it's a sentence. You need to add your... You can still do better. Focus on. Come on, please try. This is very important. And you said you want to learn communication. I'm just giving you some inputs on communication. Would you want to have a full day session on communication skills? Yes. Will you attend? Yes. Yeah. Those who did not raise your hand, not invited for the next session. Just joking, you can stay down. The meaning that you want to convey is this one. Read out the meaning. Now you want to convey this meaning. How do you have your modulation, your tonality? Now please remember, in Hindi and Gujarati it's easy. But in a foreign language, it takes time. You need to prepare. Say the word prepare. Prepare. Say if I don't prepare, I will prepare. Third one. Any volunteer? Quickly. I don't think he should get the job. आपने भी वही सेंटेंस बोला, मैंने भी वही सेंटेंस बोला. But do you think the meaning changes? Yes. Yes or no? Yes. And we saw it in the earlier slide. You will now make a decision, but you'll have to manage that decision daily. You'll have to go and practice this at home daily. That's how you become good in communication. And you said communication skill is one of the top skills that will help you crack a job. If you want to crack a job or an interview, better go and practice. Yeah? Let's look at the fourth one. Any volunteer?
I don't think he should get the job.
Good, but you can make it better. So don't be like Chris Gale speaking. Listen to a Chris Gale interview, we understand hardly anything what he says. You watch English movies? Yes. How many of you understand Arnold Schwarzenegger talking? So we have to read subtitles. By the time you read subtitles, the image is gone. By the time I focus on the image, the subtitle is gone. Problem solved. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky 4 देखिए. Yeah, Rocky 3, Rocky 1, 2, 3. अभी IPL चल रहा है ना? You listen to a Chris Gale and tell me how much of that you understand. Do you understand Shake what talking? Australian talking? Like Steve Walk, Sharon Company get video. Did you come here yesterday? Now the way they say yesterday, it's too fast.
Yeah, it's too fast. That was safe with your cousin staying in other country.
Absolutely, because
and the generation of the kids who were born there, I can't understand what he's talking. I have to ask his father what he is telling.
Isn't it sad for this generation not to understand? Hey, what's up?
But why I said if you're very strong in your mother tongue, you will be able to communicate in any language properly.
But you can't tell your Indian grandpa to speak in Gujarati. Kem cho, The context here is what's the context here? I am having no control over the other person, right? So, what if you get a job and you work with a Virangi, Gora or Gori? You'll only look at her and you are just wanting to understand what she is saying. But she will say, hello, yahan par bhi meet do? You're not understanding. Look at the third one. Some of you try.
I don't think police should get that job.
I guess the focus was on he. Right? So as a receiver of the sentence, I thought you are against him or her as a candidate. So if that's the message you want to give me, you got it right. If that's not the message, if the message was, then the communication did not happen. Are you with me? Let's look at the next one. And I am giving you a very simple sentence. In life you will speak longer sentences, more complex sentences. So when you are speaking, and if you are not practiced, my suggestion, use simple sentences, not compound. Don't use conjunction to join two sentences. Avoid if you are not ready with that.
I don't think you should get that job.
Good. It could still be better. Try it again.
I don't think you should get that job.
I don't think he should get that job. What are you trying to say? He or she could get another job.
I don't think he should get that job.
So did I change the words? No. But are you understanding the impact of tonality? आपका शब्द किस शब्द पे आप फोकस करते हैं उसका मीनिंग बदलता है. So पहले ये क्लियर रहिए कि आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं. Yes or no? Again, I wish I had more time for this. Some inputs to you when you are speaking. Please be in this range of 100 to 160. An Australian typically, or a West Indian typically, or an American, what Utpal is saying, typically will speak faster than maybe 160. So my ear is not acclimatized to listen to that speak. Hence, an Arnold Schwarzenegger की speech शायद मुझे उतनी समझ में नहीं आती. Not कि मुझे अंग्रेजी समझ नहीं आती है, तो बोलते हैं बहुत फास्ट है. And इससे कम बोलेंगे तो शायद वाजपेयी साहब हो जाएंगे. So between one word and the next word, you could have a tea break. So don't be the Dini Gati ka samachar, right? So pace. The second is develop your voice. What does it mean? You don't need to shout, but you need to develop your voice. Very important to have a good, clear voice. Animate your voice. I am super excited to be with you. I'm super excited. I am happy. I'm happy. This is massive. Why do you want to work for Reliance or what a company? It's a massive opportunity for me to serve one of the largest companies in the world. It's a massive opportunity for me to serve one of the largest companies. Second way, you need to animate your voice. You should sound exciting. Go to YouTube, write down Steve Jobs. Write down on presentation. It's a 3-minute video. Please go and watch it. He will give you the same inputs. Be excited when you're talking. Yeah? Okay, so This is what happened otherwise.
Yes, you do.
What is the password?
Buy a drink first.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, she was on morning duty. I just started my shift.
And she has gone.
Yes, sir.
What is the password of your Wi-Fi?
Buy a drink first.
I was drinking here. You're telling me that you're drinking first.
Sir, I don't know why you're shouting. I just told you, buy a drink first.
You people think you have sense. If new person come, you will tell me buy new drink. But don't talk same. It's when you don't give me the password that you will see what I will do you. I carry my phone money and we buy a drink. How much is that account? I say it too. What is the password of your Wi-Fi?
Sir, buy a drink first.
Where is your manager?
Over there.
You people think you have sense in this place. Manager, is this how you guys just organize in this place? I have been asking them since, what is password of Wi-Fi? What is password of Wi-Fi? Nobody will tell me. Please, what is password of Wi-Fi?
Buy a drink first.
Manager, I have been buying drink here since. Okay, I think you're here. You might be watching me. If I know self, I would have used my money to buy data. I have used my last card to buy drink. Manager, I have buy it. Now, what is the password of your Wi-Fi?
Buy a drink first.
Manager, I'm a big boy. I don't like insults. I don't understand this again, no.
My brother, look at it on the wall there. Buy a drink first. With
This can happen with us also. So when you're talking to the other person, do you understand, do you listen? Yeah? And we also have to be careful about some of our intelligence. People are standing, that means my time is over. That was an indication. Okay. Just joking. Right? Sabha sabha batu na khana nahi. Morning, don't hit my head. Chalta nadi आई, walking never came. That's the way we speak English. Read this. Is this correct English? Incorrect English? Now make it correct. Somebody does this always. Now this we generally speak. Now correct this if this is incorrect. That's right. What's the answer?
this is 99% people say this. When asked the question, where are you from? Basically, I am from Baroda. Basically, you are a human. Hopefully, that's also true. So someone said, being human. First be a human, then they come to you. So what do you say? I am from Baroda, Hyderabad, whatever it is, or I hail from that particular place. So again, not taking.
I'm having two sisters.
They had gone there yesterday.
And so there are, this is pretty interesting, not getting into all of that. But please be clear that when you are speaking the right English.
And will you have to practice for this?
And there, along with this, you also have to practice your body language. Do you practice body language? Do you speak? Yeah. So do you do this when you're talking? Cover your lips or do something like this? Do you talk like this? Very common. So one very important input, keep your palms open. So when you're talking, be in an open palm gesture. This says that, this basically means I don't have anything to hide. So don't conceal your palms. When you sit on a chair, don't wrap your feet along the legs of the chair. And boys have this habit of making a V when they sit. Your legs should be parallel to each other. Some basic inputs. What happens if you get gestures wrong? Very careful about your gestures, right? Remember, you are dealing with people. You are dealing with how to spell people. It's there on the screen. How to spell people. P. People is spelling job. So remember to focus on your posture. What is posture? You understand postures and gestures. Cristiano Ronaldo was fined 15 lakh rupees in a recent match because his posture was inappropriate. Go and check it out. So what should be a good posture? So your front side of your body should be open. Don't lock it. Don't cross it. And if you're not feeling well, if you're under the vent of an air condition, tell that person. मुझे थोड़ा सा ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, I was just down with fever. So is it okay if I just kind of cuddle myself a little bit? That's fine. Please remember, your body language is 55% of your communication. Very important, right? E stands for. So P is people. P is posture. E is what is O? Is your orientation. Shoulders squared. What is shoulders? Squared. You have your shoulders squared to the person you are speaking. Very important to have the right eye contact. And your presentation. How you present yourself and how you represent yourself. Very important. Right? So it has to be. Do you think looks matter? Not your physical look, but you need to be dressed neatly. You need to have your hair nicely combed.
Even if you wear, boys also have a lot of ponytails nowadays. Even if you wear a ponytail, that's okay. But इस जुल्फे हैं तुम्हारे लिए रेशम का जाल, जैसे क्यों? So be properly presentable and not getting into this posture, all of that. Okay, so do you shake hands like this? Or like this? Or like this? Most of you will experience this in an interview. It's called the topper. So सामने वाला ऐसा आ रहा है. So when you are shaking hands, so do this, all of you. So this is your index finger, this is your thumb. There is skin between both of them. This is known as biology. याद है? बहुत साल में. छोड़ो, जाके घर पे पढ़ लेना. अब आपका ये स्किन है तो सामने वाला का भी होगा. So let both the skins meet. Then wrap your hands. हम तो हाथ आ रखे हैं. So let the webbing meet. Then wrap your hands. Now have you heard this statement? Your handshake should be a firm handshake.
Yes.
So how firm is firm? Isn't that a subjective statement? Good morning. नीचे की देख रहे हो, आँख में देखो. Hand straight. So जब आप hand shake करते हो, you always shake it from the elbow. So look at the other person. Good morning. अभी भी नीचे देख रहे हो. Good morning. Yeah, that's good. Now, if I roll my hands over his first, that means I will exert the pressure on his hand. He should reciprocate the same pressure. That's a good handshake. Good morning. So what is that one thing I am doing incorrect? Don't shake hands with the lady. Nothing to do with conservative mindset. Because when I am shaking hands with the lady, I am initiating that handshake and I don't know how much pressure is good pressure for her. So if I am too hard on her, that is incorrect. If I am too soft, that is inappropriate. So she has to exert the pressure and I have to match it. Did you get that? Some of you are with me, some of you are not with me, but that's okay. So what is a good handshake? Firm handshake. What is firm handshake? When you are shaking hands with a lady, boys, allow the lady to extend her hand. And the pressure that she exerts, have the same pressure. And there are some people, Shanta pakde rahe. And there are cultural issues. For example, if she is a Britisher, she will have a very conservative handshake. If she is an American, she will have a very loud handshake. She will pump my hand more times. If she is Australian, she will be very close to me physically. So you need to be aware of different cultures, cultural sensitization, very important. Otherwise, you lose it in the first instance, right? There are sometimes we do like this. There are sometimes we do this. Kencha. Char mein becha. Ijar to kem tha. Aat dudo. This is a good handshake. And for boys, or even girls, if you are wearing a blazer, this is a good length of a blazer. The slight part of your shirt should be visible. So when you are wearing a shirt on which you are wearing a blazer, that shirt sleeve length will be slightly different than your normal sleeve length. Your button of the collar will be slightly different. Otherwise, you will choke to death. So make sure you have the right clothes for the right occasion. And so some suggestive steps for an impactful interview. Read the first block. Read it together. Know yourself. What basic attitudes or values do you have towards the world, yourself and others? Please tell me something about yourself. That's a question that people will ask you 100 times out of 100. Don't say your name. My name is so and so. I studied at MSU. No. They're wanting to understand how can you be of help to them. The focus is what is in it for them. Would you want to have a session on how do I answer this question? अपने बारे में कुछ बताइए. Will you come if we arrange a session? Yes. Super. Look at the second. Examine your work values, because questions will come around that. May not be explicitly stated, but implicitly stated, and I should be able to figure that out and answer what are my work values. By the way, can you answer this question? What are your work values? What do you value? For example, I value punctuality. Prakriti has been attending my sessions for 2 years or more. You can ask Paresh, but he knows me for more than 7-8 years. Ask him, have I ever been late by a minute also? So what do you value? You value punctuality. 100% attendance, period. I value integrity. If I am not well, my professor knows that I am not well. I am not faking it. So what do you value? One of the biggest challenges that we face as an industry is on work values. People are doing proxy punching today. Not a joke. That's a challenge that we face as an industry. And young, bright boys and girls like you are doing it. Please remember, ये छोटी-छोटी आदतें इस एज पे आप फॉर्म करते हैं. So what are your work values? Third point, पढ़ो. You will have a question. Where do you see yourself 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, 5 years from now? You should be able to articulate that answer. You can't say, well, I don't know. Well, if you don't know where you're going, how will you lead the company to the next level of growth? Huh? Match your skills to the job requirement. Before you apply, please check what is that job, what is the description of that job. Don't go by the title. Check on LinkedIn, what does that job requires me to do? Check it out, do job shadowing. Important that you understand, okay, I'm applying for this particular position or this job. करना क्या होता है?
It comes with that getting job responsibility.
Not everyone, not every company gives the job descriptions. Job responsibility and job description are different. So know the job that you are applying for. Review your work history in case you have worked, but most of you have never worked before. Prepare for the interview by reviewing possible questions, and I will give you a list of those questions as well. And repeating one more time. Read the first part. Be aware of your body language. Shoulders straight. Bolo, shoulders straight. Shoulders straight. Seen a bar, paint and the shoes polished. And you should have a smile on your face. You should look presentable. You should look that you are happy. Don't have a face that you have when you have a breakup, which is super the And how do you write a thank you letter? At the end of the interview, they'll ask you a question. Any questions? आपको वैसे तो सवाल पूछते हैं. Generally they ask, what's a good answer? Yes sir, I have a question. Yes ma'am, I have a question. May I ask? Don't say can I ask. Can shows ability. May I ask? Okay, ask. When do I join? When do I join? You didn't get it. At the end of the interview, जब वो आपसे पूछते हैं कि आपके पास कोई प्रश्न है, कोई सवाल पूछना चाहते हैं, तो बोलिए जनाब मैं एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ, ये बताइए हम शुरू कब से कर रहे हैं? That's a good answer. But make sure that your tone is not arrogant. And between arrogance and assertiveness, there is a very subtle difference, a very slight difference. And that difference is on your tone. When do I join? That's not right? And you know this person?
It's a Boeing 747 engine when you put into a tractor. The disaster comes. So you have to hire the right people. So the people I choose, they have to be optimistic. Because as an entrepreneur, if you're not optimistic, you're in trouble. You should have a good IQ at least. Right? If you're not good IQ is important. And the next thing is that they are ready to learn. I hate to hire people who came as an expert. Because there's no expert of the future. There's always expert of yesterday. We are incoming to the world. And we don't want people to work, join the company and say, Jack, what do you want me to do? I hate that. I say, I don't want you to do anything. What you can do for us. This is more about what you can do for you. This kind of people are ready to learn, fearless for the future, believe in the future, and teamwork, smart enough. Give them the time, they will come, and then we train them. Let them make mistakes. And I'm telling even now, we have so many people join our company every year. If I got a chance, I tell them, it's not Jack who give you the opportunity, give you the job. It's you created the opportunity for yourself and everybody. And nothing to fear, because we never thought about sneaking from tax. We never thought about doing illegal things. We never thought about, and we're not allowed to do that. What do you fear? I think young people are the hope. So for me, if I want to keep my hope, I spend time with young people. And every young people, I try to tell them life is nice. I try to tell them that you come here not to work, but to enjoy yourself. You have to enjoy the work you're doing. You have to believe the things you're doing. You have to like the people you're working together. But the other thing is, everybody ask it, whether young people, old people, ask us 3 questions. I keep on asking myself these 3 questions in the past 5 years. What do you have? What do you want? And what do you will give up?
3 questions. Jack might ask, what are the 3 questions? And towards the end, I'm going to give you 3 secrets. And it's 12 o'clock. Can I extend by about 10 odd minutes? Is that okay? Yes. Anyone has a train to catch, or flight to board, or a bus to catch? Can I have 10, 15 more minutes? Say yes or no? Yes. Some people are saying yes. So if you have some commitments, you could leave, and I will share this presentation with Shreya. I will share this presentation with Shreya, and you can take a copy from her. From an employer point of view, here are some tips. What are some tips? Be confident, be enthusiastic, and be sincere. Whatever you are saying, please understand. Your eyes, say this with me, my eyes should speak the same that my mouth is speaking. In simple words, my audio and my video should match. So should the subtitles. You can understand. So if the audio and the video may under mismatch hai, so the audience will believe the audio or the video. Let's do a small activity. Quick 5-second activity. Repeat what I say. मैं जो कह रहा हूँ वैसा आप repeat करें. Are you all with me? Yes. अपना हाथ free करो. This is my right hand. Say what I say. This is my right hand. This is the index finger of my right hand. These are my hair. This is my forehead. These are my eyebrows. This is my nose. These are my lips. This is my chin. Okay, let's do a third of 5. And you got that right. Only some of you got that right. What was my instruction? I said it 3 times. Say what I said. Did I tell you to do what I do? What did you do? Audio or video? What was the instruction? What was the instruction? And this is getting recorded. You could actually check it out. What was the instruction? Say what I say. जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ मेरे साथ आप repeat करिए. And ये करने के बाद भी मैंने बोला था. Say what I say. But what did you do? Like you started it well, but the environment kind of everyone is raising hands. You very reluctantly raised your hand. I could sense that. You're wondering when he told something, but this is not what he told you. So what did you do? What did you follow? My words or my actions? Actions. Actions speaks louder than words. And you are smart boys and girls, but you still did not. Yeah? So some inputs here. Prepare to describe accurately your skills. What are your top skills? What are your strengths? Could be asked in a different manner. What are the 3 words that describe you? What are the 3 words that describe you? आपका नाम, घर का एड्रेस, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, फोन नंबर, उसमें आई कॉन्टैक्ट क्यों नहीं गया? Now you gave me these answers keeping good eye contact, but I asked you what are your skills? So if I ask you your name, will you sound confident? Because you know your name. If I ask you your home address, will you share? Because you know your home address. If I ask you your date of birth, you think you know your date. There is no surety, but you believe something. Yeah? But when I ask you, okay, what 3 words describe you? MSW કેમ કર્યું? મારે તો કરવું જ નહોતું. પપ્પા પણ. So the same question could be framed differently. Secret, don't take your eyes off the other person. And don't have shifting eyes. And when you say, one of the words that describe me is confident. I am a very confident person. You know what? I think I am very confident. Very confident. ये सब आपको मजाक कर रहा होगा, but you get what? 5 minutes to do all of this? 2 minutes to do all of this? Sometimes 1 minute to do all of this? Sometimes a few seconds to show that you have the right habit, the way you walk, all that. And please remember, Bharat mein 60 lakh graduates pass out from different colleges every year. 6 million. Do all of them get a job? Is the government doing enough to have 60 million jobs, or 6 million jobs, or 60 lakh jobs? No. So the pool is massive. But the openings are scarce. Be ready for that. Be on time. If the interview is scheduled at 10 a.m., be there at maybe be there at, if I were you, I will be there at 9 o'clock. Because I want my breathing to kind of settle down. Because हम में से बहुत हम लोग सीढ़ी चढ़ते हैं. What if the interview office is on the 4th floor? You are all used to lift. By the time our 4th floor was up, good morning, please tell me something. I bet 90% of you cannot climb 6 staircase, 6 flights of staircase without. सुबह को एक्सरसाइज करते हो, स्किपिंग करते हो तो दिखता है, नहीं करते तो भी दिखता है. Big fit. So if I were you, I will go there about 30-40 minutes in advance, get used to that environment. Because it's important that I am relaxed as a state of mind. I should not be panicking in my head. What happens when you panic? The flow of thought gets distorted and you not have a clarity of thought. Yeah, so very, very important. Be a good listener. And I've got some amazing videos, but don't have time to show all those videos. Do you listen to what the question is being asked? Don't be like one of the political leaders. No matter what the question, the answer is the same. You not understand. That person is one of the most intelligent person in the country. He attended a session on artificial intelligence. You not understand. Google it up. What are some possible questions in an interview? Are you ready with these questions? Now you know these questions, but before I am sharing these questions, I have given you the software. This is the hardware. दिखता क्या है? Hardware. दिखता क्या नहीं है? Software. So your internal preparation, your communication, and all that you saw over the last about 100 odd minutes, this is important. What do you consider is your greatest strength or your greatest weakness? What's your greatest strength? I am sincere. I am honest. Those are traits. Those are not strengths. And whatever you say to me is back it up with examples. So it should be, say this word with me, quantifiable. Not just qualitative. Objective. Not just subjective. I'm a hard worker. Oh, you are hard worker or hardly working, that would be like it. I didn't understand that. Some other questions, possible questions for your interview. What are the 2 or 3 things that are most important to you in this job? क्या बोलेंगे इसका? टाइम पे सैलरी, हर महीने 4 छुट्टी, and free lunch. What will you answer? How will you say you were successful? I'll ask you a question. Do you follow cricket? Some of you, if you follow cricket, I'll ask you a cricketing question. Or I'll ask you something else. If you follow cricket, the India-Australia Test Series in Australia that recently concluded, who do you think performed better? Kohli, Pujara or Bumrah? It's a difficult question to answer. You can't choose all of them. What does success mean to you? I would want to know that as an interviewer. Very important. Very, very important. Some questions. How do you determine, or okay, second one is, how do you work under pressure? Are you like Captain Cool? Dhoni? Or do you panic? Like Bangladesh recently had 2 runs to win of 3 balls, and India took 3 wickets in those 3 balls to win the match. और बांग्लादेश के पास जीतने के लिए 2 रन की जरूरत थी. बॉल कितने बाकी है? 3 बाकी है. Who won the match? India won the match. So how do you work under pressure? These are some great questions that I will prepare myself to be ready. And So 3 questions that Jack Ma asked you. What are the 3 questions? So what do you have? You have confidence. What do you have? You have enthusiasm. What do you have? Passion for the job that you are doing. What do you want? An opportunity to showcase my talent. What are you willing to give up? Comfort zone, slumber. I need to give up something to go up. Yeah? Not my questions, Jack Ma asked you these questions. Questions you may ask your interviewer. So these were some of the questions that the interviewer would ask you, but आप भी तो interviewer से कोई question पूछ सकते हैं. These are some questions. How is an employee promoted in your company? How is performance appraised in your company? Don't say in this company. That's not an inclusive word. Some questions you may ask is, tell me about the initial trainings that I will get. What are the future trainings that I will get to be successful in my job? How would you set me up for success? Do we have a buddy system? So on and so forth. Some questions. So what are the assignments that you will give me in the first year? Some more. What qualities are you looking for in a new hire? And then see if those qualities are matching with your work values. Remember earlier slide we saw that word work values? Yes? Some great questions to ask.
It's okay, but what is about baseball? Will you stand still? Don't pick up your hat. Don't pick up your hat. Okay? Then you move, then your platform and don't interrupt the act anymore. Yes, right. You know, strange they seem they give all players nowadays very big names. But name big names. And not as funny as my name, Sebastian Dinwiddie. Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes. On the St. Louis team, we have who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third. That's what I want to find out. How about you tell me the names of the fellas on the St. Louis team? I'm telling you, who's on first, what's on second. I don't know who's on third.
So when that person is talking to you, please listen. Like this guy was telling, in our team, the person who stands first, his name is who? And he's asking, who is on the first place? He said, who is on the first place? But why are you asking me? He said, no, I am telling you. Who is on the second place? No, who is on the first place? What is on the second place? Didn't get it? The person, you can say it's a Chinese name or whatever, Korean name, whatever nationality you want to associate that with. The person in the lineup, the first person name is who? The name of the person on the second in the lineup is what? Could be a short form for Watson. You have Watson, right? Shane Watson. So what's on the second position? Third, we are yet to decide. So are you listening to that other person? Do you understand that language? Do you understand that accent? Unfortunately, हमारे गुजरात में ये वातावरण नहीं. And then the other person may not have so much of time to help you understand. So please be very clear. To face the future, that's what all of you are supposed to do. Let me give you some inputs. First, reimagine. Employers will be impressed if you can give inputs on how do you reimagine the future. Because what brought you here will not take you there. You are getting into times when you will have flying cars. You already have driverless cars. You go to the US, drive a self-driving Tesla, that's a unique experience. I was there in the US when my daughter is also studying, and I got a chance to be in a Tesla, and I was wondering, hello, what are you doing? And the person who was driving says, I'm doing nothing, the car is doing. I said, it's a red light. I don't have to apply brakes, the car will apply brakes. So my nephew, my elder brother's son, He drives a Tesla, and I was like, wow. But what are your thoughts of yesterday? You can't have yesterday's thought and try to build a future in tomorrow. You need to be able to reimagine, number one. Number two, you need to be able to re-engineer. Not necessarily engineering as a technical word. Number three, you need to invent. Number four, you need to collaborate. आप अकेले कुछ नहीं कर सकते. You need to get it into a team. You understand collaboration? How is it different from cooperation? How is collaboration different from coordination? How is collaboration different from synergy? And employers will jump in their seats if they see you as a person who can collaborate. So you are there to complete your colleague, you are not there to compete with your colleague. That is what is teamwork. But till now, and till the time you pass out, you are competing with each other. But once you pass out, in the professional life, teamwork is, I am completing. मेरे में कमियां हैं, आप में कमियां हैं, बट जब हम मिल के काम करते हैं, हमारे में कोई कमी नहीं. तो मैं आपको पूरा कर रहा हूँ, मैं आपके साथ स्पर्धा में नहीं हूँ. That's collaboration. Number three, work without hierarchies. Give ideas. Next one, create new glory. Most of the people will say, I did this in the past. Great, tell me what you are doing today. I scored such and such GPA. You will not be hired for your GPA. Or whatever your grading system here. Here you won't get percentage, percentile, GPA क्या मिलता है? I don't know. Whatever it is, you will not be hired for your grading system. You will be hired for the skills that you bring. Oh, again, if I get into that, I can go on and on. You may have studied from the best of the institutes, great, but that doesn't mean that you are a great executor of jobs. Academically, you are brilliant. That doesn't mean that you will professionally be brilliant. Two different ball games on this game. You need to learn new skills, right? You need to navigate and be unorthodox. Say the word unorthodox. You need to be unorthodox. Like AB de Villiers, if you follow cricket. Try playing like him. So Pujara versus AB de Villiers. Who do you pick in a T20? Be unorthodox. Right? So think out of the box. Work with speed. It took 68 years. How many years? 68. For airline industry to get 5 million customers or 50 million customers or 5 crores. It took radio, television 50 years to get 50 million or 5 crore customers. It took Facebook 3 years. It took Twitter 2 years. And it took Jio 83 days. We already have close to 300 million customers and we are not even 30 months old. Jio adds 312 customers each second, every second. How many? 1 crore customers every month. We set up a pan-India 4G network in under 3 years. Other telecom companies took 22 years to set up a pan-India 2G network. Speed. ये फतेहगंज का जो ब्रिज है कितने साल में बना? Kind of forever it was going on. Yes or no? 4-5 साल लगे? कितना किलोमीटर है? 2 किलोमीटर है? Yes? ये ज्यादा है उससे? चलो 2 किलोमीटर दिया है. 2 किलोमीटर के फ्लाईओवर बनाने में अगर आपको 4-5 साल लगते हैं तो दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी रिफाइनरी आप 3 साल के अंदर कैसे खड़ी करोगे? You know how big is Jamnagar refinery of Reliance? You could go from Fatehganj, bolo Fatehganj, to the moon and back. राउंड ट्रिप कितना किलोमीटर हुआ? चेक कर लो गूगल में, और 15-20 लाख किलोमीटर होगा, yes or no? So I make enough fuel to go from Fatehganj to the moon and back 450 times a day. That's how massive Reliance is. जामनगर 3 साल से कम समय लगा था बनाने के लिए। And आप बोलोगे, you know what? मैं तो धीरे धीरे हौले मने शांति कम है। यहाँ कोई शांति नाम के व्यक्ति काम करते हो? That's you need to have speed, but speed with accuracy. You can't drive like the way people drive on the express highway. Left से overtake करते हैं, left के left से overtake करते हैं, कि left के left के left से overtake करते हैं, shoulder से overtake करते हैं। आप बंद करके आप बता सकते हो वो GJ5 हो। Some of you didn't get it, that's okay. Something awesome. So I end my talk with giving you 3 secrets. Say 3 secrets. Number 1, start where you are. Whatever be your skill levels today, start. You need to start to be great. You don't need to be great to start. Number 1, secret. Number 2, use what you have. What do you have? You have energy. You have enthusiasm. I hope you understand the word enthusiasm. Enthusiasm का मतलब enthusiasm का root word और enthusiasm comes from the word theos. बोलो theos. Theos. Theos से आया word theology. Theology means study of God. So theos means in God. So if you are in God, you will be supercharged, turbocharged. Yes or no? So when you, what do you have? You have energy, you have got enthusiasm, you have passion. Are you passionate about life? Are you passionate about MSW? So at Yuval I have done, I don't know how many series of sessions on how to discover your passion. If you want, you can come and do it. It's a 30-hour workshop. How many hours? 30 hours workshop. I can guide you. You need to be passionate to come and talk to a bunch of boys and girls. मुझे तो आपका नाम भी नहीं पता. Why am I talking to you? I'm not an MSU student. Nor has Shreya given me some money to come here. I have not even charged my travel. And मैंने तो आपकी चाय भी नहीं पी because मैंने परेश भाई के घर पे चाय पी. Would you, when you grow up, will you go into such sessions for people जिनका नाम भी नहीं पता आपको? Just with the hope that you grow and you succeed in life. That's the only motto in my life. I bet you will not do it. Will you spend 2,000 rupees on a round trip petrol just to come and talk to someone you don't even know? That's passion. When you are willing to do something and not being paid for it with the same intensity that you would do if you were paid for it, that's passion.
Doesn't come even by talking.
Or talk is cheap. Please remember, talk is cheap. Anyone can come and talk. करके दिखाओ.
It comes from within. It comes from within.
So whatever you are doing, are you passionate? You can't do what? 300 kilometer cycling if you are not passionate about it. Try riding a bicycle 30 kilometers. You need to use what? We have knowledge. You have got world-class education. You have a great opportunities in front of us. Yes or no? Today there is no, if you look at funding, there is a company which has raised millions of dollars as startup fund, and you know what that company does? Only makes PPTs. There, I just check it out. This is all data available. There, how many startups that got funding, and that startup is going to make tea and sell tea. Anyone who can give me the total startup funding happened in India last year, 2018. Start where you are. Number 2. Number 3. Do what you can. What can you do? You could focus. Say the word focus. Focus. If you chase 2 rabbits, both will escape. What is that one thing you want to do in your life? Focus. What can you do? You could pray. What you could do? You could push. Say the word push. Push. Say the word push. Push. How do you spell push? Push is spelling. What can I do? I can pray. Say this with me. Pray until something happens. Push. What can I do? I can look forward. Why do I look backwards? आप जब फ्रेंड्स मिलके बातें करते हो क्या बातें करते हो? Today afternoon and evening I will be a topic of discussion over a cup of tea or coffee. माथू खाइए. Please come and talk to me. Don't go and talk about me. But what would most do? Talk about me. Do you think I care? If you come and talk to me, I'll say thank you. Because feedback is the breakfast of champions. 3 secrets. Secret number 1. You do this and you start unknown and you finish unforgettable. You do these 3 things. Today no one knows you. So say this with me. Today I may be unknown. But when I finish, I'll finish unforgettable. Thank you for your time. Make this your WhatsApp status. I start unknown. I'll finish unforgettable. So, thank you for your time and attention. And would you want to stay in touch? Yes, sir. You want your phone number? Yes, sir. So that's my phone number, that's my email ID. But please don't call me. Drop me a message, I'll text you back. How many of you would want to attend a new session or a different session of mine when I do a session next time? Would you want to attend? Yes. Yes. What's the requirement to attend my session? अगर परिचय तो मिल ही जाएगी. जियो कनेक्शन होना बहुत जरूरी है. Any questions you may have? How many of you enjoyed it? So for those who did not raise your hand, I know you still enjoy it. Any questions for me? Uncle? So I've got 2 uncles. One sir came from there and someone from Bhatnagar. 200 रुपए तो बनेंगे.
We all learn these qualities, right? We all learn these qualities, but that makes us not original, I guess. But original we might be something else. Like the way I
got your point. So originally who you are?
So they are going to find out, right?
Because say this with me.
Yeah.
I will not. Say this. I will not.
I will not
decide my assignment in life. Decide my assignment in life. I will discover it.
I will discover it.
So like what I do today is not something that I thought I will do. So you may have decided to pursue MSW, but one day sometime in the future you will discover that that's a moment of, that's a eureka moment. And you say, wow, this is, there are things that will touch your eyes, there are things that will touch your heart. And that's how you understand what's your originality. आप हैं कौन? Then follow that way. Follow your passion, follow your heart, don't follow your heart. हम बोलते हैं मगजमारी ना करिस, और माथु दुखे છે, ગમી ગયું છે માથું. Do you say heart દુખી ગયું છે માથું? So I am a person who follows the heart, I don't follow the head. So ये बड़ा innocent है, ये बड़ा manipulative है. मेरे तो बच्चे हैं, very important है. जिंदगी में बच्चे बने रहो और दुनियादारी जितनी कम सीखोगे उतना खुश रहोगे. मुझे दुनियादारी नहीं आती, तौर तरीके मुझे नहीं आते, ना सीखना है. मैं खुश हूँ जैसा मैं बहुत खुश हूँ. मैं आपके साथ स्पर्धा में नहीं हूँ, मैं अपने स्पर्धा. I start unknown, but I finish uncommitted. I have to finish strong. And people will remember you for how you finish, not for how you start. Starting is also important. It's okay to have a peak start. But along the journey, आप कौन हो वो ढूंढते रहिए. Why were you created? It's a process, it's a journey. Maybe it takes a lifetime. But don't be fake. I'm not telling you to be fake. I'm telling you to follow your passion. I'm telling you 3 secrets. And above all, be a good human being. 2 पैसा कम कमाओगे क्या फर्क है? 2 पैसा ज़्यादा कमाओगे क्या फर्क है? And I can give you names of so many people who rose to the top but are in jail today. Like Audi, a chairman, jail में. Nissan cars, a CEO, jail में. Ren Maxi करके बहुत बड़ी फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी थी, उसके प्रमोटर शर्विंदर एंड मधुविंदर सिंह के साथ क्या हो गया? You know ICICI Bank, you know Chandra Kochar, you know what's happening there. Say this, all of you say this word, last 3 words. Say character, before competence. That's the way I get it. So I'm not defined by the brand of clothes that I wear or the brand of car that I drive. That does not define me. iPhone, he is after me. He has one person who has made me spend what, maybe 3 lakhs now on iPhones. Would call up my wife and say, you are Anand Bhatnagar's wife. I said, yes. What phone do you use? Micromax. What phone should you use? He says, you should be using iPhone. Guess what happened when I went home? Monday morning, I got an iPhone 6. That time it was iPhone 630. And then he will call and say, what do you? So जब आपके पास ऐसे दोस्त है, दोस्तों की किसको जरूरत है? Anyway, jokes apart, but I hope this was useful to you. Yes. Sorry for extending it a little bit. I hope it was beneficial. Wish you all the best. Good health. And if I can be of any help anytime, I'm just a call away. Give me a message. I also have various WhatsApp groups. I keep on adding people to a WhatsApp group. If you want to stay in touch, I can add you. You can drop me a request. I can add you. But the prerequisite of a WhatsApp group: no good morning, no good night, no no bhaiyo and no politics. I am passionate about my career, so we want to learn. So it's a group which is learning. So if you are disciplined to stay disciplined in a WhatsApp group, I'll join you. Just drop me a message. The first of every month I send to that group a book. And उस ग्रुप में आप सिर्फ वही पोस्ट करेंगे जो बुक से आपने सीखा है. Otherwise, I don't have time for nonsense. I am a very determined person. In 4 years, my daughter graduates, and her father has promised his daughter, "Beta, the day you graduate, you will fly your own aircraft." And those who are daughters here know daughter and father relation is very, very special. Right? So I have a daughter, and I have promised her that जिस दिन आप graduate होंगे, आप अपने खुद का हवाई जहाज fly करो. My ultimate dream is to buy Mumbai Indians. And as I leave, I want to ask you, what's your dream? I don't have the resources, but who stops me from being resourceful? And जिंदगी में अगर किसी ने कुछ किया है, उसके पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं. एक बेटा एक शहर में, उसके पापा दूसरे शहर में, जोग्राफिकली पिता और बच्चा अलग शहर. पिताजी बीमार हुए, डेथ बेड पर है, तो ये बेटा पापा को मिलने जाएगा? यस और नो? बट ये नहीं गया. क्यों नहीं गया? क्योंकि उसके पास टिकट खरीदने के पैसे नहीं. तो उसकी आर्थिक स्थिति मेरे और आपसे अच्छी है खराब है? हम के पास एटलीस्ट इतना तो पैसा नहीं कि टिकट खरीद सकते हो. यस और नो? ये बच्चा तो आज आप धीरू भाई अंबानी के नाम से जानेंगे. वो बच्चे का नाम धीरज लाल हीराचंद अंबानी, जिनको दुनिया धीरू भाई अंबानी के नाम से. तो मैं क्या नहीं कर सकता, आप क्या नहीं कर सकते. बट आप जिंदगी में कहाँ रहते हो? इधर रहते हो. एक एक्टिविटी करिए ना, रेज योर राइट हैंड. आप इधर रहते हो. रहने का क्या है? ये जो डेल्टा है, you have to stretch. If you don't stretch, you don't fly. So be on your potential, and remember, eagles don't fly with pigeons. So choose your friends very carefully. Again, don't have time, but you can go and do a research on a fish called koi fish. Koi fish को अगर आप घर के एक्वेरियम में रखेंगे तो 4 फीट की होगी, 4 इंच की होगी. सॉरी, जैसे जैसे आप उसकी वाटर बॉडी बढ़ाओगे तो बड़ी हो जाएगी. वो 4 इंच की मछली को आप समुद्र में डाल दीजिए, वो 42 इंच की. दिस इज द पावर ऑफ एसोसिएशन. मेरे लाइफ में एक ही है दोस्त है जिसको मैं दोस्त बोलता हूँ. There is only one person who qualifies as a friend. He is in Surat, and we are friends for the last about 30+ years. पहचान बहुत है, but मैं और आप पर्सनल टाइम स्पेंड कर ऐसा होना नहीं. So eagles don't fly with pigeons. Choose your friends very, very carefully, because your friends will determine जिंदगी में आप कितना आगे जाएंगे. Yeah. So thank you, Shreya, for inviting me. Thank you everyone for hearing me. I don't know what you're doing. Look forward to meeting you some other day. Till such time, please keep smiling and keep shining. Thank you so much.
ये जो बात है कि find your passion, correct? પહેલા ક્યાં જવું છે તે તું નક્કી કર, અને તે પછી નક્કી કરી દે એ પણ નક્કી કર. That is the thing, where you have to go, first decide where you want to go. But then you also have to be disciplined that you have already decided. That is what I just wanted to okay, Nijit?
Thank you, sir, for enriching us and connecting us to the realities of the corporate world, and also sowing seeds for us to become a better professional in the near future. I would now request Anusha to present a memento as a token of appreciation to Shri Anand. now request the IT team to play up the document.
Being a member of HR Master Math classes of diverse HR, the faculty of social work, the marriage session of university curriculum. Being a member of HR Master Forum is my privilege to give you all the brief idea about the HR Master Forum, how it works and what it is. Where all two professionals come together in an informal way to share each other's experience, ideas and thoughts. The goal of our seniors behind forming this forum is to connect with the people who are a part of our fraternity, especially to guide and motivate the students, newcomers, beginners in our fraternity. The people of our seniors behind this initiative is to build back into society and the responsibility of networking and hence
Thank you. I hope that today's session was a learning experience for all the budding professionals present here. Coming to the close of this session, I would like to summarize it with a takeaway that learning is acquiring new knowledge. Learning is the ability to synthesize concepts. Learning is also an amalgamation of divergent ideas and skills. Hence, every opportunity to imbibe learning from great experts must be taken as a golden opportunity by us all, like pebbles on the seashore yearning to acquire knowledge from the depths of the ocean. With this, I would request Shreya Majumdar to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God by making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Mr. Anand Bhatnagar, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. I also express my valuable sincere thanks to Professor Jagdish Solanki sir, Harish Chaturvedi sir, and T.K. Mukherjee sir for their valuable contribution, guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. I thank all the distinguished invitees present here accepting our invitation. I thank all the members of the media for inviting